Listen carefully. You have built years of bad habits, and they are not going to politely leave your life. This audiobook is not motivation. It is a 30-day reset protocol designed to break your patterns, strip you of excuses, and rebuild you into someone who does what they said they would do. For the next 30 days, your feelings are irrelevant, your comfort is irrelevant, your old story is irrelevant, only discipline matters. If you are not ready to follow orders, stop listening now. If you are tired enough of your own behavior to change it, then stay, lock in, and begin the discipline reset. Chapter 1. Admit your discipline is fake. We start with the truth. Not the pretty version. The real one. Your discipline is fake. You are not kinda disciplined. You are not on and off. You are disciplined, or you are not. Sometimes disciplined is undisciplined. That's the key. You go hard for 3 days, then disappear for 3 weeks. That is not discipline. That is emotional performance. Look at your own life. You hit the gym for a week. You post the selfie. You write locked in, new era, no days off. Then you stop going. You didn't build discipline. You built a moment. You study only when exams are close. You pull an all-nighter. You tell yourself, when it matters, I can focus. If it only matters the night before, that's not discipline. That's panic. You work on your dream only when inspiration hits. You grind when you're excited. You disappear when you're bored, tired, or stressed. That is not about talent. It's not about potential. It's about discipline. Sometimes disciplined is undisciplined. If you only show up when you feel like it, you are not disciplined. You are ruled by your emotions. You have a choice. You can keep pretending this pattern is normal, or you can admit what almost nobody wants to say out loud. My discipline is fake. This is where the discipline reset starts. With honesty. We are going to do a brutal audit. Not of your intentions. Of your behavior. Think about this year. From the first day until today. What did you promise yourself? I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to save money. I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to read every day. I'm going to launch the business, the channel, the project. List them. If you can, write them down. Pause this and actually do it. Now, next to each promise, write one word. Kept or broken. Nothing in between. Did you work out as often as you said you would? Yes or no? Did you save what you said you'd save? Yes or no? Did you actually wake up at the time you set, most days, for real? Yes or no? Promises kept. Promises broken. No lies. Don't explain yet. Don't defend yet. Just look. This is your real discipline. Not what you post. Not what you tell friends. Not what you think you could do. What you actually did. You have a choice in this moment. You can start building excuses. Or you can accept the evidence. Ask yourself one hard question. Did you do what you said, or did you talk about what you said? If someone saw only your actions, no captions, no speeches, would they believe you are disciplined? Or would they see a person who starts strong and fades fast? You say, I'm trying. You say, life got busy. You say, I had a lot going on. Everyone has a lot going on. It's not about your chaos. It's about your discipline. That's the key. Every broken promise teaches your brain one thing. My word doesn't matter. I can lie to myself and nothing happens. You think your problem is confidence. You think your problem is anxiety or low self-esteem. But underneath all of that, it's not about confidence. It's about discipline. You don't trust yourself because you watch yourself quit. Again and again. You don't need their permission to change this. Not your families. Not your friends. Not social medias. They don't live inside your broken promises. You do. So we set a new baseline. 0 excuses. For the next 30 days, you live by one filter. Write this down. Say it out loud. Discipline over feelings. Standards over stories. Action over explanation. Again. Discipline over feelings. Standards over stories. Action over explanation. That's the key. You feel tired? Discipline over feelings. You feel unmotivated? Discipline over feelings. You feel hurt, stressed, misunderstood? Discipline over feelings. You want to tell your story about why you couldn't show up? Standards over stories. You want to explain how busy you were, how hard it was, how nobody helped you. Standards over stories. You want to argue, justify, negotiate with yourself? Action over explanation. Do it first. Talk later, if you still want to. Before every choice for the next 30 days, ask, am I protecting my feelings or my discipline? Am I defending my story or my standards? Am I explaining or executing? You have a choice every time. And that is where real discipline is built, choice by choice, not post by post. Look back at your list one more time. Promises kept. Promises broken. Every broken is the old you. The version you're resetting. Don't hate that version. Just stop protecting it. You've been too gentle with yourself. Too understanding. Too forgiving of the same behavior repeated for years. The point of this chapter is not to shame you. It's to wake you up. You cannot build unbreakable discipline on top of lies. You cannot reset your life while still believing, I'm pretty disciplined, just inconsistent sometimes. Sometimes disciplined is undisciplined. So here is your first concrete instruction. Write down every major promise you made to yourself this year. Mark each one, kept or broken, to the bottom of the page. Write in big letters. Discipline over feelings. Standards over stories. Action over explanation. Put that page somewhere you will see it every day for the next 30 days. Read that mantra out loud in the morning, before you touch your phone. Read it at night, before you go to sleep. You are not waiting to feel ready anymore. You are training yourself to obey your own word. That is the reset. You don't need their permission to take yourself seriously. You don't need their permission to raise your standards. You don't need their permission to say, what I did before was not good enough, even if everyone else thought it was. You have a choice, right now. Go back to your old narrative, I'm trying, I'm working on it, I'm getting there. Or adopt a new one, I will become the person who does exactly what they said they would do. This book is not about hype. It is about reprogramming how you see yourself. Today you stop seeing yourself as almost disciplined. You either are, or you are not. And for the last year, most of the time, you were not. Good. Now you know where you're starting from. No illusions. No fake gold. Just raw material. From here, every action you take either confirms the old identity or builds a new one. Every time you keep a promise, you cast a vote for the disciplined version of you. Every time you break one, you strengthen the old weak pattern. The discipline reset starts with this, ruthless honesty about who you have been. That honesty hurts, but it also frees you. You can't change what you refuse to see. You've admitted the lie. You've seen your fake discipline. Now we're going to tear down the identity that keeps those habits alive and replace it with something stronger. You mastered the first step, truth. Now we move to the second, transformation. You faced your fake discipline. Now, let's burn the old version of you completely. Chapter 2. Burn your old identity in 24 hours. Your habits are not random. They are not accidents. They are not just the way you are. Your habits follow your identity. That's the key. You behave like the person you believe you are. If you still think like the old you, you will behave like the old you. Every time. You say, I'm just not a morning person. So at 6 a.m. you don't ask, what should I do? You already know. You hit snooze. You act like the person you believe you are. You say, I always lose focus. So when you sit down to work and feel even a little bit bored, you get up, you scroll, you wander. You don't fight it. You follow the script you wrote for yourself. You say, I can't stick with anything. So every time something gets hard or uncomfortable, you quit just fast enough to prove yourself right again. You turn your story into evidence. It's not about your mornings. It's not about your attention span. It's about discipline. Discipline of identity. Identity first, habit second. Say it. Identity first, habit second. If you keep the same identity, you will keep the same habits. You can download new apps. You can buy new planners. You can watch 100 new videos. But if you still believe you are lazy, inconsistent, emotional, that belief will win. You have a choice. You can try to stack new habits on top of a rotten identity. Or you can do what almost nobody does. You can burn the old identity down. Today, we do an identity funeral. Not tomorrow. Not when you're ready. Now. You don't need their permission to do this. Not your families. Not your friends. Not the people who benefit from you staying small. Grab a piece of paper. If you can't right now, commit to doing this the second you can sit down. But don't let yourself forget. This is the work. On that page, you're going to write about the version of you that you are done being. Be specific. Be brutal. No sugarcoating. Write. I am tired of being the person who hits snooze 3 times, eats whatever is easy, waits until the last minute, quits when it gets hard, breaks promises to themselves, needs motivation to move, needs validation to try, uses emotion as an excuse. Write what fits you. Make it ugly, because it is ugly. Describe this old identity, the lazy one, the inconsistent one, the emotional one, the one from chapter 1 who talks more than they execute. Write it like you are talking about a stranger. Because soon, that's what this version of you will be. And when you're done, read it out loud. Hear it. Hear how heavy it sounds. Hear how tired you are of listening to it. Then say this. That person is dead. You've been mourning them for years. Today you bury them. Again. That person is dead. You've been mourning them for years. Today you bury them. You have a choice. You can cling to that page like a victim, or you can destroy it like an executioner. Tear it. Crumple it. Burn it if you can do it safely. But don't fold it. Don't store it. Don't keep a copy just in case. You are not archiving your weakness. You are killing it. As you destroy it, keep saying, that person is dead. I'm done playing them. This is not a cute exercise. This is a line in the sand. You are telling your brain, this identity is over. Identity first, habit second. You just made space for a new identity. Now we install it. Grab a new page. Clean. Empty. This one is not for who you were. It is for who you are becoming. On this page, you will write identity statements. Not wishes. Not I hope. Not I want to. Statements. They sound like this. I am the person who finishes. I am the person who shows up daily. I am the person who does what they said they would do. I am the person who works, even when no one is watching. I am the person who controls their emotions, not the other way around. I am the person who respects their own word. Write the ones that hit you. Add your own. This is not fantasy. This is you choosing who you are now. You have a choice. You might say, but I'm not that person yet. Exactly. That's why you're here. It's not about whether you've earned it already. It's about discipline. Discipline to step into this identity before the results show up. Identity first, habit second. You decide, then you align. Now, read each line out loud. Slow. Serious. No sarcasm. No laughing it off. I am the person who finishes. Say it like a fact. Not like a wish. I am the person who shows up daily. Say it again. Let your old self feel attacked. Good. You don't need their permission to become this person. You don't need anyone's belief. You don't even need to believe it fully yet. You just need to say it and act like it. Because here is how it works. You act like the person you say you are. If you say, I am the person who finishes, then when you want to quit, you feel friction. Your identity and your action don't match. That friction is power. If you say, I am the person who shows up daily, then when you think about skipping a day, it doesn't feel normal anymore. It feels wrong. That's the key. The more you repeat this identity and act in line with it, the more your brain rewires. The more your habits follow. Identity first, habit second. Write it at the top of that new page. Circle it. For the next 30 days, you will read this new identity every morning. Before your phone. Before you check messages. Before the world tells you who you are, you will tell yourself. Then you will prove it with one action. Not 10. 1. I am the person who finishes. Finish the task you keep avoiding. I am the person who shows up daily. Show up today, even if it's for 10 minutes. I am the person who controls their emotions. Feel the emotion, stick to the plan anyway. It's not about perfection. It's about discipline. Discipline of identity, then discipline of action. You have a choice every single day. Play the old role, or live the new one. Mourn the dead self, or embody the new self. The discipline reset is not just a habit program. It is an identity program. If you skip this step, nothing else will stick. So hear this clearly. You are not trying to be disciplined anymore. You are becoming the person for whom discipline is normal, automatic, expected. That person is dead. You've been mourning them for years. Today you bury them. Identity first, habit second. Say it one more time. Now that you've burned the old identity and written the new one, we move to the next battlefield. Because even a powerful identity can be strangled by a weak environment. You reshaped who you are. Now we must reshape where you live and work. You chose your new self. Now let's make your surroundings match. Chapter 3. Control your environment or lose. You think your discipline is just about your mind. It's not. Your environment is training you every second. That's the key. Your phone, your room, your kitchen, your desk. They are either teammates of your discipline or enemies of your discipline. There is no neutral. You wake up and your phone is next to your face. Notifications lit up. Messages. Social media. News. You don't decide to scroll. You obey the environment you built. You walk into your kitchen. Junk food on the counter. Sugary drinks in the front of the fridge. Prepared, easy, ready. You don't decide to eat badly. You obey the environment you built. You sit at your desk. Papers everywhere. Tabs open. Games installed. Distractions in every corner. You don't decide to lose focus. You obey the environment you built. Every item, every notification, every piece of clutter is a vote. A vote for the old you. A vote for the identity you just buried. You have a choice. You can keep pretending your problem is willpower. Or you can admit the truth. It's not about weak will. It's about discipline. Discipline to control your environment before it controls you. If your environment is built for the old you will keep showing up. You just did the work of burning that identity. Now you must burn its habitat. We are going to war. A 30-minute war. Not a gentle cleanup. Not organizing because it feels nice. War. You don't need their permission to do this. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a timer and aggression. Set a 30-minute timer. When it starts, you move. No breaks. No scrolling. No thinking too much. We will attack 4 zones. Your phone. Your kitchen. Your workspace/room. Your cues. Remember this line and repeat it while you move. If it's in reach, you will touch it. If it's in front of you, you will choose it. Say it now. If it's in reach, you will touch it. If it's in front of you, you will choose it. Zone 1, your phone. This is your biggest enemy or your strongest ally. Right now, for most people, It is the enemy. Delete the apps that suck your time and attention. You know exactly which ones. If you need them for work, log out after work. Move them to a hidden folder. Remove their notifications. Turn off all non-essential notifications. No buzzing for likes. No flashing for every message. No constant pulls on your attention. You have a choice. You can pretend you're strong enough to resist constant temptation, or you can be disciplined enough to reduce it. If it's in reach, you will touch it. If it's in front of you, you will choose it. That's the key. Zone 2, your kitchen. Walk straight to the place where bad decisions live. The counter. The snack drawer. The fridge door. Anything that you binge on when you're bored, tired, or emotional, move it. Throw some of it out. Give some of it away. Hide the rest where it takes effort to reach. Top shelf. Back of the cupboard. Somewhere you have to climb or bend and search. Every extra step is a moment to ask, do I really want this? You are adding friction to your weakness. Then do the opposite for the food that supports you. Water bottle visible. Healthy snacks at eye level. Prepared meals in front, not buried. Make discipline convenient. Make weakness inconvenient. Say it. Make discipline convenient. Make weakness inconvenient. If it's in reach, you will touch it. If it's in front of you, you will choose it. Zone 3, your workspace and room. Go to the place where you are supposed to work or study. Look at it with ruthless eyes. Is your desk clear or chaotic? Are there distractions within arm's reach? Is your bed right next to your work, inviting you to lie down and rest for 5 minutes? You have a choice. Keep living in a distraction zone, or turn this space into a command center. Clear the desk. One surface. One notebook. One pen. One computer with only what you need for the task. Anything not related to focused work, remove it. Games. Random chords. Old junk. Out of sight. If you work in the same room you sleep in, create separation. Different corner. Different chair. Different energy. Your brain learns spaces. If your work area is also your scroll and watch videos area, guess what it will crave? Comfort. Not discipline. It's not about your ability to focus. It's about discipline. Discipline to design a space where focus is the default. If it's in reach, you will touch it. If it's in front of you, you will choose it. Zone 4, your cues. Now you build the environment for the new identity. The one from Chapter 2. You said, I am the person who shows up daily. Prove it with cues. Put your running shoes by the door, not in a closet. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Put the book you want to read on your pillow, so you have to touch it before you sleep. If you want to drink more water, keep a full bottle on your desk and by your bed. If you want to study every day, leave your notebook open at tomorrow's starting point. Make discipline convenient. Make weakness inconvenient. Repeat it. Make discipline convenient. Make weakness inconvenient. This is not about being organized. This is about being dangerous. You are setting traps for your future self. Traps that pull you into good actions automatically. You have a choice. Rely on motivation. Or rely on design. Motivation says, I hope I feel like it tomorrow. Design says, when tomorrow comes, the path is already laid out. For the rest of this audiobook, your environments must match your goals. If you say you want to be focused but live in noise, you're lying. If you say you want to be healthy but surround yourself with junk, you're lying. If you say you want to build something big but keep your phone buzzing all day, you're lying. It's not about your intentions. It's about discipline. Discipline to make the right choice the easy choice. Make discipline convenient. Make weakness inconvenient. That's the key. Here is your daily instruction from this chapter. Every night, take 5 minutes to reset your environment for tomorrow. Put things you need in front of you. Put things that distract you away from you. 5 minutes. Phone away from the bed. Clothes ready. Desk clear. Water ready. Book visible. These tiny moves are not small. They are powerful. They are how you build a life where discipline is natural and weakness feels unnatural. You don't need their permission to live like this. Most people won't. Most people will live in chaos and blame their mind. You will control your space and take responsibility. You changed your identity in Chapter 2. You upgraded your environment in this chapter. Identity and environment are now aligned. Next, we attack the negotiations in your head. Because even with the right identity and the right environment, you can still lose if you keep bargaining with your weakness. You mastered your surroundings. Now we have to master your inner voice. Chapter 4, One Rule: No more negotiations. You have your new identity. You are cleaning up your environment. So why do you still break your own word? Because of one habit. One quiet, deadly habit. You negotiate with yourself. You say, 5 more minutes. You say, I'll start tomorrow. You say, I deserve a break. These sound small. They sound harmless. They sound reasonable. They are not. They are mental warfare. And you keep losing. Every negotiation is a lesson to your mind. My word does not matter. Say it again so you hear it. Every negotiation is a lesson to your mind. My word does not matter. You tell yourself, wake up at 6. The alarm goes off. You feel tired. You say, just 10 more minutes. Negotiation. You plan to go to the gym after work. You feel stressed. You say, I'll go tomorrow and do extra. Negotiation. You scheduled 1 hour of deep work at 8 p.m. You feel bored. You say, I'll start at 8:30. I need to relax a bit first. Negotiation. It's not about your alarm. It's not about your schedule. It's about discipline. Every time you negotiate, you train your brain. You teach it, when I don't feel like it, I don't have to obey. You teach it, my plans are optional. You teach it, emotion gets the final vote. You have a choice. You can keep living like that. Or you can make a different rule. One rule. For the next 30 days, we install the no negotiation rule. Here is the rule. If you pre-commit to something, you do it. As planned. At the time you set. No timing changes. No emotional voting. No bargaining. You decide once, when you schedule it. After that, there is no more discussion. You have been making 2 decisions. The first when you plan. The second at the moment of action. The first is the disciplined you. The second is the emotional you. Guess which one usually wins? We are removing the second decision. That's the key. Say this out loud. When I say I will, I must. When I schedule, I execute. Again. When I say I will, I must. When I schedule, I execute. One more time, stronger. When I say I will, I must. When I schedule, I execute. This is your mental contract for the next 30 days. You don't need their permission to live like this. Most people never will. Most people are loyal to their feelings, not their word. You will be different. Let's make this real with small, daily examples. Example 1. Getting out of bed. Old pattern. Alarm rings. You feel heavy. Thought, 5 more minutes won't hurt. You hit snooze. You just trained your brain. My word is flexible. New pattern under the no negotiation rule. Alarm rings. You feel heavy. Thought, I don't want to. Action, you sit up. Feet on the floor. No discussion. You feel it, but do it anyway. That's the key. Every time you do this, you send a different message. When I say I will, I must. When I schedule, I execute. Example 2, the workout. Old pattern. You put gym at 6 p.m. in your calendar. At 5:45, you're tired. You tell yourself, I'll go at 7 instead. Then at 7 you say, today's not the best, I'll crush it tomorrow. Negotiation stacked on negotiation. Your brain learns, we don't mean what we say. New pattern. Gym at 6 p.m. means you walk into the gym at 6 p.m. Not 6:10. Not when you feel ready. At 5:45, you're tired. You acknowledge it. I feel tired. Then you go anyway. You feel it, but do it anyway. That's discipline. Not the absence of feeling. Obedience despite feeling. Example 3. Deep work or study. Old pattern. You plan 8 to 9 p.m. for focused work. At 7:55, Netflix calls. You say, I'll start at 8:30, just one episode. At 8:30, you're comfortable. You say, I'll just double the time tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Your brain has learned the script. Schedule is a suggestion. New pattern. 8 to 9 p.m. is deep work period. At 7:55, you may not feel like it. You start anyway. You set a timer. You remove distractions. You do the hour, even if it's messy, even if you're bored. You feel it, but do it anyway. You have a choice in every one of these moments. Protect comfort or protect discipline. It's not about being hardcore. It's not about being a robot. It's about discipline. Because right now, your brain believes this. If I complain enough, if I feel bad enough, I get my way. You've trained it that way. The no negotiation rule retrains it. Feelings do not cancel decisions. Feelings do not override commitments. My word is law. That's the key. Now, let's address the excuse your mind is already building. What if there's an emergency? What if I'm really sick? Use common sense. If you're in the hospital, this rule is not your priority. If your family is in crisis, handle it. But be honest. Most of your emergencies are just discomfort in disguise. Most of your I can't is really I don't want to. You have a choice. Treat everything as an emergency, or treat almost nothing as one. For the next 30 days, here is your practice. Each night, choose a small set of actions for the next day that are non-negotiable. Put them in time slots. When the time comes, execute. No debate. Start small if you need to. Wake time. Workout time. One block of focused work. But whatever you choose, you must do. No moving. No shrinking. No deals. When your brain starts talking. Just 5 more minutes. I'll make it up later. I deserve a break. You answer with, when I say I will, I must. When I schedule, I execute. I feel it, but I do it anyway. Say it out loud if you need to. Say it until your body moves. Every time you follow through, you rebuild trust with yourself. Every time you refuse to negotiate, you become stronger. You stop being someone who hopes. You become someone who decides. It's not about motivation. It's not about being in the zone. It's about discipline. The discipline reset is about turning your word into a command, not a suggestion. This rule is how you do it. You have a choice. Continue living as a courtroom, always arguing with yourself. Or become a command center, where orders are given once and carried out. For 30 days, live the no negotiation rule. Let your mind learn a new truth. My word matters. My schedule matters. My decisions do not bend to my feelings. You've stopped lying about your discipline. You've burned the old identity. You're reshaping your environment. Now your word is becoming law. Next, we turn that law into a clear, daily structure. You will stop winging your days and start running them with precision. You ended the negotiations. Now, let's build the ruthless 30-day schedule you're going to obey. Chapter 5. Build a ruthless 30-day schedule. Right now, most of your goals are fog. Get in shape. Be more focused. Work on my business. Fog does not create discipline. Structure does. If it's not on the schedule, it's not real. That's the key. I'll try to be more disciplined is not a plan. I'll try to wake up earlier is not a plan. I'll try to work out more is not a plan. You have a choice. You can keep living on vague intentions. Or you can live by a ruthless schedule. A ruthless schedule doesn't mean every minute is packed. It means every important thing has a place, a time, a clear command. For the next 30 days, hope is banned. Hope is not a strategy. Your calendar is your strategy. Start here. Wake time, work time, workout time, deep work time, shutdown time, not morning, not later, not before bed. Exact. 6 a.m. wake. 6:15 to 6:45 movement. 7:30 to 3:30 main job. 5:30 to 6 o'clock workout. 8 to 9 o'clock deep work on your project. 10:30 phone off. 11 o'clock sleep. Your times will be different. Your life is different. But you must decide. If it's not on the schedule, it's not real. You don't need their permission to do this. You don't need your boss's permission to protect 1 hour for yourself. You don't need your family's permission to turn your phone off at night. You need your own permission. You need discipline. It's not about being bad with time. It's about discipline. You have trained yourself to drift. Now you will train yourself to aim. Here is the system that will run your 30-day reset. 3 non-negotiables. Every day, you will have exactly 3 key actions. Not 10. Not 20. 3. 1 for your health. 1 for your work or mission. 1 for your mind or personal growth. 3 wins every day for 30 days. Say it. 3 wins every day for 30 days. Health might be 30-minute workout, 20-minute walk, no sugar after 6 p.m. Work might be 60 minutes of focused deep work on your business, 30 minutes of studying a core skill, finishing one important task that actually moves your career. Growth might be 20 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of journaling, 15 minutes of learning something new. It doesn't have to be huge. It has to be done. Every single day. 3 wins every day for 30 days. You have a choice when you plan. Will you pick actions you can actually execute, or will you lie to yourself and overload? Discipline is not about fantasy. It's about honesty. Choose 3 that stretch you, but don't break you. Now, put those 3 into your schedule. Exact times. Exact blocks. If it's not on the schedule, it's not real. Don't just say, I'll work out today. Say, I work out from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Don't just say, I'll read at some point. Say, I read from 10 to 10:20 p.m. before bed. Don't just say, I'll work on my side hustle. Say, I do deep work from 8 to 9 p.m. with my phone in another room. Then honor those blocks like your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. You are building your future in those blocks. You are building your new identity in those blocks. You are repairing your broken self-trust in those blocks. Your 3 non-negotiables are not suggestions. They are appointments with your future self. Would you casually cancel a meeting with someone you deeply respect? Would you blow off an interview for your dream job because you didn't feel like it? No. Because you value those people. You value those opportunities. It's time to value yourself the same way. Say this. I do not move my discipline for anyone. Again. I do not move my discipline for anyone. That doesn't mean you become selfish and cold. It means you stop treating your priorities as optional. Real life example. Your friend texts, let's grab food at 8. You know 8 to 9 is your deep work block. Old you instantly says yes, then maybe tries to work later. New you says, I'm busy at 8. I can do 9:15. You don't owe a full explanation. You don't need their permission. You just stand by your schedule. Another example. A coworker calls during your 5:30 to 6 o'clock workout block. Old you answers, chats, loses the whole session. New you lets it ring or sends a quick, call you after 6. You have a choice. Protect your discipline. Or protect your image as available and nice. It's not about being rude. It's about discipline. Discipline over feelings. Standards over stories. If an emergency truly happens, adjust. But be honest, most of what interrupts you is not an emergency. It's convenience. It's habit. It's fear of disappointing others more than disappointing yourself. Say it again. I do not move my discipline for anyone. The moment you start moving your blocks around to please everyone, you are back in negotiation mode. Back to teaching your brain, my schedule is flexible. My word is soft. So here is your nightly ritual for the next 30 days. Take 5 to 10 minutes every night. Write tomorrow's 3 non-negotiables. 1 health, 1 work, 1 growth. Put each one in a specific time block on your schedule. Look at the schedule and say out loud, if it's not on the schedule, it's not real. 3 wins, every day for 30 days. I do not move my discipline for anyone. Then the next day, you execute. You will have days when you don't feel like working out. You will have days when the book feels boring. You will have days when deep work feels heavy. You have a choice in those moments. Let feelings move the blocks. Or keep the blocks and move yourself. It's not about being naturally organized. It's about discipline. You are training yourself to live on structure instead of moods. Every day you hit your 3 non-negotiables, you cast 3 votes for the disciplined you. At the end of 30 days, that's 90 votes. 90 times you did what you said you would do. That changes you. Not someday. Now. If it's not on the schedule, it's not real. 3 wins, every day for 30 days. I do not move my discipline for anyone. You don't need their permission to start living like this. People may not understand at first. That's fine. They don't need to. You are not building their life. You are building yours. You now have a clear identity. You are shaping an environment that supports it. And you have a ruthless schedule to express it, day after day. But there is one more enemy you still have to face: friction. All the "it's too far, it's too hard, I'm too tired, I don't have time" moments. You will feel resistance. You will feel obstacles. You will feel pushback. Next, we are going to turn that friction into fuel instead of an excuse. You built your schedule. Now we'll make sure hardship doesn't break it. Chapter 6. Make friction your weapon, not your excuse. You think you're failing because you're lazy. You think you're failing because you lack willpower. You're failing because of friction. That's the key. Friction is anything that makes an action even slightly inconvenient. 1 cold step out of a warm bed. 1 walk to the kitchen to cook instead of ordering delivery. 1 extra click to open the work document instead of the social media app. And you have trained yourself to escape friction. You have trained yourself to quit at the first sign of effort. You quit when it gets hard because you've always quit when it gets hard. Say it. You quit when it gets hard because you've always quit when it gets hard. The gym is too far. Cooking is too much effort. Studying is too boring. So you slide back to what's easy. You slide back to the couch, the phone, the snack, the show. It's not about laziness. It's about discipline. Discipline to face friction instead of fleeing it. You have a choice. You can keep designing a life where comfort is 1 step away and discipline is 10 steps away. Or you can flip it. Friction is not your enemy. Untargeted friction is your enemy. We are going to aim it. You are going to make friction crush your bad habits. And you are going to remove friction from your good habits. First, add friction to your worst habits. Take a second and name them. The ones that waste your time, your energy, your money, your focus. Endless scrolling. Late night junk food. Binge watching. Gaming instead of working. Checking your phone every 5 minutes. Your goal is not to resist these forever with raw willpower. Your goal is to make them annoying. Awkward. Hard. Because every extra step kills a craving. Remember that line. You open social media on autopilot because it's 1 tap away. So change that. Log out of the app. Remove it from your home screen. Better yet, delete it from your phone and only allow it on one device at a set time. Now, before you can scroll, you have to re-download, re-log in, re-enter passwords. That pause? That's power. Every extra step kills a craving. You crush chips at night because the bag is right there. So change that. Don't keep them on the counter. Don't keep them next to your bed. If you're going to keep junk food at all, put it in the hardest-to-reach cabinet, high up, behind other items. So now to binge, you must stand up, move, reach, search. You've added friction to your weakness. Every extra step kills a craving. You stay up too late watching shows because the TV or laptop is right in your bedroom. So change that. Remove entertainment devices from the bedroom. No console by the bed. No TV at the foot of your mattress. If you want to watch something, do it in another room. Now, when you're tired and lying down, the show is not one click away. Sleep becomes the path of least resistance. Every extra step kills a craving. You have a choice. You can keep pretending you're going to be strong next time. Or you can be disciplined enough to make the bad path rough. Say it. Make the good path smooth. Make the bad path rough. You don't need their permission to do this. Your friends might laugh when you say you deleted apps. Your family might not understand why you moved the snacks. They don't have to live with your habits. You do. It's not about being extreme. It's about discipline. Discipline to stop sitting in front of your own traps. Now, we do the opposite with your good habits. Second, remove friction from the habits you want. Think about the person you are becoming. The one from your new identity. What do they do daily? They work out. They prepare food instead of ordering trash. They do deep work. They read. They sleep on time. If those habits feel hard, it's often because the path to them is full of friction. You want to work out, but your clothes are in the laundry basket. You want to run, but your shoes are hidden in a closet. You want to read, but the book is buried in a drawer. You are making good habits pay a tax. Stop that. You are going to build launch pads for your routines. Tonight, before you sleep, set up tomorrow. Lay out your workout clothes in plain sight. Put your shoes right by the door. Fill your water bottle and leave it on your desk. Prep your breakfast or lunch as much as you can. When you wake up, the path is smooth. No searching. No thinking. Just moving. For deep work, set up your station the night before. Notebook open to the next page. Pen ready. Computer on the right screen. Distractions cleared. When it's time to work, you sit, and it's already there. No friction. For reading, put the book on your pillow. Not on the shelf. Your head cannot hit the pillow without touching the book. You are turning your environment into a silent reminder. Set alarms with labels. Not just 6 a.m. but get up. Identity first, habit second. Not just 8 p.m. but deep work, feel it, but do it anyway. You are making the good path smooth. You are removing the tiny obstacles that used to derail you. Say it again. Make the good path smooth, make the bad path rough. That's the key. When you design your world like this, discipline stops being a constant fight. It becomes the easy option. The automatic option. You have a choice every evening. Leave tomorrow to chance, or set it up with intention. 5 to 10 minutes of preparation at night will save you hours of negotiation and failure the next day. It's not about being a neat freak. It's about discipline. Discipline to build a life where your environment and your habits are on the same team. So here is your assignment from this chapter. Pick 2 bad habits you want to weaken. Add at least 2 steps of friction to each. Log out, move, hide, delete, relocate. Pick 2 good habits you want to strengthen. Remove at least 2 steps of friction from each. Prep clothes, tools, food, space. Repeat this sentence every time you adjust something in your environment. Every extra step kills a craving. Make the good path smooth, make the bad path rough. You don't need their permission to live engineered like this. Most people live at the mercy of their environment. You are redesigning yours. You quit when it gets hard because you've always quit when it gets hard. Now, you are building a world where hard things are just a little easier to start. And easy, destructive things are just a little harder to slip into. This is how discipline becomes your default. Not by force alone, but by smart design. You've built your schedule. You've shaped your environment. You've weaponized friction. But there is still one more opponent, your emotions. The waves of boredom, fear, sadness, and anxiety that try to knock you off the plan. You mastered your space and your structure. Now we're going to make sure your emotions obey your discipline instead of rule it. Chapter 7. Train your emotions to obey the plan. You have the identity. You have the environment. You have the schedule. Now we face the loudest enemy, your emotions. Listen carefully. Your feelings are real, but they are not in charge. Say it, my feelings are real, but they are not in charge. That's the key. Right now, you live as if every emotion is a command. You feel sad, so you skip the gym. You feel anxious, so you avoid the work. You feel bored, so you reach for your phone. You've trained yourself to obey your moods. But discipline is not a mood. Discipline is a decision. It's not about your anxiety. It's about discipline. It's not about your boredom. It's about discipline. It's not about your overthinking. It's about discipline. You have a choice. You can continue to let your feelings run the show. Or you can learn to feel everything and still do what needs to be done. Your feelings are data, not destiny. Signals, not orders. Weather, not steering wheel. You don't need their permission. You don't need anyone to approve of how you feel. And you don't need your feelings' permission to take action. You can work out while sad. You can study while anxious. You can do deep work while afraid of failing. You can move forward with a storm inside you. Let's make this real. You had a bad day. Someone said something that hurt you. The old you says, I'm not in the mood to train today. I'll rest. Your feelings become the boss. And your plan becomes a suggestion. New you says, I feel terrible. But my plan is still the plan. You put on your shoes. You go anyway. You don't need your sadness permission to move your body. Or you sit down to study. Your heart is racing. You're overthinking. The old you says, I can't focus like this. I'll try when I'm calm. New you says, I'm anxious and I'm studying anyway. My mind can panic. My hands can still turn pages. Your feelings are real, but they are not in charge. That's the key. Now, how do you actually do this when resistance is screaming in your head? You use the 5-minute override technique. Here's the rule. When you don't want to do the thing, you commit to just 5 minutes. No drama. No debate. No how I feel about it conversation. Just 5 minutes. Say it, start for 5, your feelings can catch up later. Again. Start for 5, your feelings can catch up later. You don't argue with your emotions. You don't wait for motivation. You don't try to fix your mood first. You start. 4-5. You don't want to work out? Fine. Put on your shoes and move your body for 5 minutes. Walk, jog, stretch. If after 5 minutes you still truly cannot, you can stop. But you must start. Start for 5. Your feelings can catch up later. You don't want to study? Fine. Sit down, open the book, and read for 5 minutes. Highlight, take a few notes. If after 5 minutes you're still in a complete mental storm, you can pause. But you must start. You don't want to clean your room or your workspace. Fine. Set a timer and clean for 5 minutes. One surface. One drawer. One pile. You have a choice. You can use I don't feel like it as a full stop. Or you can use it as a trigger for your 5-minute override. It's not about suddenly loving the task. It's about discipline. Discipline to move first, feel later. Most of the time, something interesting happens. Once you start, your feelings change. You get into it. You calm down. You feel a little proud. But even when they don't change, you've still won. Because you trained your brain, we act even when we don't feel like it. Start for 5. Your feelings can catch up later. That's the key. Now we need to talk about discomfort. Because the second you start breaking the pattern, your brain will panic. You will feel resistance. You will feel tension. You will feel like something is wrong. Nothing is wrong. This is exactly what change feels like. You've spent years quitting as soon as it got hard. So the first time you don't quit, your system alarms. Your chest feels tight when you keep studying instead of checking your phone. Your legs burn when you push through the last set instead of stopping. Your mind feels tired when you focus for 25 minutes instead of 3. Your old self reads this as danger. Stop. This is too much. This is not safe. This is not you. But listen closely. This is the feeling of change. This is the price of freedom. Say it. This is the feeling of change. This is the price of freedom. Discomfort is not a danger signal. It's a training signal. It is proof that you are stepping outside the prison of your old patterns. When you feel the urge to quit, when your emotions spike, you have a choice. Interpret it as I should stop. Or interpret it as I am exactly where I need to be. Pain in the muscle is growth. Strain in the brain is adaptation. Emotional friction is identity shifting. It's not about avoiding discomfort. It's about discipline. Discipline to keep moving through it. Next time you are working while bored, tell yourself, this boredom is the feeling of change. This is the price of freedom. Next time you're working out while sad, tell yourself, this sadness is not my boss. This rep is the price of freedom. Next time you're studying while anxious, tell yourself, this anxiety is a training weight. This is the feeling of change. Your emotions can scream. You still follow the plan. Your feelings are real, but they are not in charge. Here is your assignment from this chapter. Before each of your 3 non-negotiables, quietly say, my feelings are real, but they are not in charge. If you resist starting, apply the 5-minute override. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Do the task, no matter how you feel. At the end, either continue or consciously stop, but never skip the 5. When discomfort shows up, repeat. This is the feeling of change. This is the price of freedom. You don't need their permission to feel and act at the same time. Most people wait to feel right before they move. You are learning to move and let the feelings catch up, or not. It's not about becoming emotionless. It's about discipline. Discipline to keep your emotions in the passenger seat, not the driver's seat. You've started to train your emotions to obey the plan. You are proving to yourself that you can be sad and still show up, anxious and still execute, bored and still finish. Now we need proof. You need a scoreboard. You need a quiet way to measure all these small battles you're winning. You mastered your inner storm. Now let's turn your discipline into visible progress, without telling the world about it. Chapter 8. Move in silence and track everything. You are changing. You can feel it. New identity. New schedule. New discipline. And now your first instinct is to tell everyone, I'm locked in. New chapter. Watch what I do this year. Stop. Every time you broadcast your change, you steal energy from it. You trade real progress for the feeling of progress. Stop performing your growth. Start living it. That's the key. You post the plan. People clap. You feel seen. Your brain collects its reward before you've done anything. Then what happens? Day 3, the work feels heavy. The routine feels boring. The likes are gone. And so are you. You have a choice. You can keep chasing applause. Or you can chase results. It's not about sharing your journey. It's about discipline. Discipline to shut up and work. You don't need their permission to improve. You don't need their comments to validate your habits. You don't need anyone to hold you accountable more than you hold yourself. Stop performing your growth. Start living it. For the next 30 days, your rule is simple. Talk less about what you're going to do. Show more of what you've already done, mostly to yourself. You don't announce the workout. You just do it. You don't announce the grind. You just grind. You don't announce your new mindset. You prove it with your calendar. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is focus. But silent effort still needs one thing: proof. Not for them. For you. You need a scoreboard. Not a speech. Not a feeling. A scoreboard. So we build a simple, daily tracking system. Here is how it works. No apps required. No complicated charts. Every day, you ask one question. Did I complete my 3 non-negotiables? Yes. Or no. Not almost. Not I tried. Not, but I had a stressful day. Check the box or you didn't do it. That's the key. Take a notebook, a piece of paper, or a simple spreadsheet. Make a grid for 30 days. Across the top, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 30. Down the side, health, work, growth. Each day, when you finish a non-negotiable, you put a check mark in that box. If you miss it, you leave it empty. No shading, no symbols to explain kind of. Check or blank. Check the box or you didn't do it. You have a choice here. You can design a tracking system that protects your ego, or one that protects your discipline. An ego system says, well, I did half my workout, so I'll still count it. A discipline system says, I said 30 minutes, I did 12. That's a no. An ego system says, I thought about my business, so that's like deep work. A discipline system says, the timer never started. That's a no. It's not about being harsh for the sake of it. It's about clarity. Your brain needs a simple signal, win or loss. Check the box or you didn't do it. Example. Your non-negotiables for the day are 30-minute workout, health. 60 minutes of focused work, work. 20 minutes of reading, growth. At the end of the day, if you did the full 30 minutes, check. If you did the full 60 minutes, check. If you did the full 20 minutes, check. 3 checks, that's a winning day. 2 checks, not a winning day. 1 check, you lost to yourself. 0 checks, you went to war unarmed. This is not about shame. It's about data. It's about discipline. You don't need their permission to be this honest. You just need courage. Now we add something powerful on top of these checks. The streak. Get a wall calendar, a paper calendar, or draw a big 30-day grid and put it where you'll see it daily. Each day you complete all 3 non-negotiables. Put a big X on that day. Not a dot. Not a tiny mark. Big. Obvious. Undeniable. Day 1, 1 X. Day 2, another X. Day 3, another X. Soon, you have a chain. A visible run of days where you won. Something inside you will wake up. You won't want to break that chain. This is where a new phrase comes in. Protect the streak. Say it. Protect the streak. You had a long day? Protect the streak. You're tired and unmotivated? Protect the streak. You're traveling busy, stressed? Protect the streak. You have a choice at the edge of every day. Break the streak, or protect it. You're on day 11. It's 10 p.m. You've done your workout. You've done your deep work. You still haven't read your 20 minutes. The old you says, it's late. It's just reading. I'll do extra tomorrow. The new you looks at the calendar, sees 10 XS in a row, and says, I'm not losing this over 20 minutes. You grab the book. You read. You check the box. Not because you felt like it. Because you're protecting something bigger than the moment. You're protecting the streak. That's the key. On another night, you might be tempted to lie. To give yourself a check when you didn't earn it. To keep the streak alive on paper. Don't. A fake streak teaches your brain the same old lesson. My word doesn't matter. I can cheat and still pretend I'm winning. A broken streak is painful. But a real streak, even with breaks, builds respect. You have a choice. A pretty lie, or an ugly truth that makes you stronger. Stop performing your growth. Start living it. Your calendar becomes your quiet brag. Not Instagram. Not your group chat. Not your parents. Your wall. Your notebook. Your eyes. Every morning, you look at that streak and feel quiet pressure. Not anxiety. Responsibility. Past me showed up. I'm not going to be the weak link. Every night, you earn the right to draw another X. Or you feel the sting of leaving that box empty. Either way, you learn. You adjust. You grow. Here is your assignment from this chapter. Stop announcing your efforts. For the next 30 days, know I'm about to change everything posts. If you share only what you actually completed, not what you plan. Build your tracking grid. 1 page for 30 days. Rows, health, work, growth. Columns, day 1 to day 30. Each day, mark a clear check only when the non-negotiable is fully done. Remember, check the box or you didn't do it. Create your streak calendar. Put a big X on each day you hit all 3. Hang it where you cannot ignore it. Every day, tell yourself, protect the streak. You don't need their permission to move in silence. They don't need to understand why you suddenly stopped talking and started executing. Let them be confused. Let them underestimate you. You're not building a performance. You're building a record. It's not about being seen. It's about discipline. Discipline you can measure. Discipline you can point to. Discipline that exists even when nobody is watching. You are now tracking your actions with brutal honesty. You are stacking quiet wins. You are learning to value streaks more than speeches. Next, we're going to raise the bar even higher. Because discipline is not just about what you do, it's about what you tolerate. You mastered silent progress. Now it's time to upgrade the standards you live by and cut the drama that keeps you weak. Chapter 9. Raise your standards, lower your drama. You've built a schedule. You've cleaned your environment. You've started tracking your wins. So why does your life still feel noisy? Why does it still feel like you're always putting out fires? Because your standards are low. Low standards create constant chaos. That's the key. When you accept lateness, messiness, and half-effort, your entire life becomes a chain reaction of small problems you created. You're late to work, so you rush, so you forget things, so you make mistakes, so your stress explodes. You leave your room a mess, so you can't find what you need, so you waste time, so you feel behind. You half-finish tasks, so everything is in progress, nothing is done, and your mind never rests. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. Say it. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. You keep saying, my life is so hectic. But a lot of that chaos is self-made. It's not about bad luck. It's about discipline. Discipline of standards. You have a choice. You can keep treating the symptoms, stress, anxiety, overwhelm. Or you can fix the cause, your standards. Look at your daily behavior. Are you okay showing up 5 minutes late everywhere? Are you okay kind of cleaning and leaving stuff lying around? Are you okay doing 70% of a job and calling it done? If the answer is yes, then don't be surprised when your life feels cluttered and noisy. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. We are going to raise your standards on purpose. Not with motivation. With rules. Not rules for other people. Rules for you. You don't need their permission to live by higher standards. Most people won't. Most people are comfortable being average with excuses. You will not be. Here are some new rules. Adopt them. Modify them. Add your own. But don't treat them as suggestions. Rule 1. Always be 5 minutes early. Not on time. Early. 5 minutes early to work. 5 minutes early to meetings. 5 minutes early to calls. 5 minutes early to your own schedule blocks. Why? Because this one standard eliminates a whole category of chaos. Rushing, speeding, forgetting, apologizing. You're no longer that person sprinting into every situation with a story about traffic. your alarm, your phone. You're calm, prepared, grounded. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. Rule 2. Finish what you start. You open a message, respond or mark it with intention. You start a set in the gym, finish all the reps, not most of them. You begin a 25-minute focus block, stay until the timer ends, not until you're bored. Every time you walk away early, you train, I don't have to complete things. Every time you finish, even when you don't feel like it, you train, I am the person who finishes. You are not special, you are either disciplined or you are not. Say it. You are not special, you are either disciplined or you are not. Your ego wants to tell a story, I'm different, I have more on my plate, I'm unique. Your results don't care. Unfinished is unfinished. Rule 3. Leave spaces cleaner than you found them. Your room. Your desk. The gym rack. The kitchen. You walk into a space, you use it, you leave it better. Why does this matter? Because it builds respect, for your environment, for others, and for yourself. And it eliminates one more source of visual and mental noise. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. It's not about being a neat freak. It's about discipline. Discipline to not live in your own mess. Rule 4. Put things back where they belong. Immediately. The moment you finish using something, return it. Not later. Not when I have time. Now. Later is how clutter happens. Later is how lost items happen. Later is how your future self gets punished for your current laziness. You have a choice. Respect your future self. Or dump your problems on them. You are not special, you are either disciplined or you are not. These standards are not glamorous. No one claps for you for being 5 minutes early and cleaning up. But these are the foundations of a quiet life. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. Now, we need to talk about drama. Because even with better standards, you can still drain all your energy in one place, your attention. Drama is a tax on your discipline. Say it. Drama is a tax on your discipline. Every argument, every gossip session, every online fight, every deep dive into someone else's business, you are paying with focus and time you will never get back. You say you don't have time to read. But you have time to scroll for an hour watching strangers argue. You say you don't have energy to work on your goals. But you have energy to replay conversations in your head and plan comebacks you'll never say. You say you're too mentally tired to train. But you're not too tired to gossip in group chats all night. It's not about your busy mind. It's about discipline. Discipline to detach from drama and attach to routine. You have a choice every time your phone buzzes with nonsense. Open it, dive in, get sucked into someone else's chaos. Or ignore it, stay with your plan, protect your peace. Drama is a tax on your discipline. Every time you pay that tax, you have less left for yourself. So what do you do instead? You replace drama with routine. Someone sends you gossip? You go for a 10-minute walk. You breathe. You let it pass. You feel like picking a fight online? You pick up your book instead. 20 minutes of reading. 20 minutes investing in your own mind. You're tempted to get into a pointless argument? You open your notebook. You plan your next day. You adjust your goals. You reflect. You're spiraling over something you can't control? You do your deep work block anyway. You move your body anyway. You stick to your schedule anyway. Detach from drama. Attach to routine. Drama is chaos. Routine is order. You cannot build high-level discipline on top of chaos. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. Here is your assignment from this chapter. Write down at least 5 personal standards you will follow for the next 30 days. Example, I am always 5 minutes early. I finish what I start. I leave every space cleaner than I found it. I put things back immediately. I don't cancel my non-negotiables. Write down your top 3 sources of drama. A group chat. A social media account. A person you argue with constantly. A habit of checking comments or gossip sites. Make a clear move, mute, unfollow, set boundaries, or remove yourself. Every time you feel pulled into drama, repeat. Drama is a tax on my discipline. Then immediately choose a routine action. Walk, read, plan, deep work. You don't need their permission to raise your standards. They may think you're doing too much. They may say you've changed. Good. You have. You are not special. You are either disciplined or you are not. You are choosing to be. As your standards rise, your life will get quieter. Less chaos. Less noise. Fewer self-made emergencies. Low standards, loud life. High standards, quiet life. You've raised the floor you live on. You've cut drama and attached yourself to routine. You're no longer a person who tolerates your own mess. Now there is one final step. This reset cannot stay a 30-day experiment. It must become who you are. You raised your standards and lowered your drama. Now, we turn this into your permanent operating system. Chapter 10. Lock it in. Turn 30 days into who you are. You are near the end of this reset. And this is exactly where most people lose. They think, I made it. I'm done. I can relax now. They treat discipline like a 30-day costume. They wear it for a month, then hang it back in the closet. Hear this clearly. This is not a 30-day challenge. This is a 30-day installation. Say it. This is not a 30-day challenge. This is a 30-day installation. That's the key. Challenges end. Installations stay. A challenge is an event. An installation is a system. You have a choice. You can file these last 30 days under "that was cool, I did that once." Or you can treat it as the moment your life quietly changed direction forever. Look at what happens to most people. They do a 30-day workout program. They go hard. They drop the weight. Everyone notices. Day 31. They take a week off to celebrate. Week off turns into a month. Bodies go back. Habits go back. Identity goes back. They saw it as an event, not a new normal. Or they do a 30-day no sugar or no alcohol challenge. They feel clean. They feel proud. Day 31. They binge because I earned it. The old cycle returns stronger. Now with proof. See? I always snap back. It's not about the program. It's about discipline. Discipline of identity. This is not a 30-day challenge. This is a 30-day installation. If you treat these 30 days like a diet, you'll rebound. If you treat them like a reset of who you are, you'll advance. You don't need their permission to make this permanent. You don't need anyone to certify your transformation. You decide if this sticks. So how do you lock it in? First, you choose which habits become non-negotiable for life. Not for 30 days. For life. Look back through what you've done in this reset. You admitted your fake discipline. You burned your old identity. You controlled your environment. You stopped negotiating with yourself. You built a ruthless schedule. You weaponized friction. You trained your emotions to obey the plan. You moved in silence and tracked everything. You raised your standards and cut drama. Not every tiny detail needs to stay. But some habits cannot leave with this audiobook. They are your new standards. Pick them. Deliberately. Ask yourself, which habits gave me the biggest shift? Which habits made everything else easier? Which habits made me respect myself the most? Maybe it's waking up at a fixed time every day. Maybe it's your 3 non-negotiables. Maybe it's the no negotiation rule. Maybe it's tracking your streak. Maybe it's training, reading, or deep work blocks. Choose 3 to 5 core habits. Not 15. Not everything. 3 to 5. Then you say this about them. This is just what I do now. Not, I'm trying this thing. Not, I'm on this 30-day program. Not, I hope I can stick with it. This is just what I do now. You don't argue with brushing your teeth. You don't negotiate about putting on clothes. You don't hype yourself up to lock your front door. You just do it. Because that's who you are. Your training time becomes like that. Your reading time becomes like that. Your deep work block becomes like that. This is just what I do now. Say it. This is just what I do now. Identity first, habit second. You are cementing the identity with these permanent habits. You have a choice every morning. Treat these habits as optional extras, or treat them as basic maintenance of who you are. It's not about being obsessive. It's about discipline. Discipline to make your new standards non-negotiable. Now we go further. Because 30 days is powerful, but it is still fragile. The concrete is wet. You can still put your fingerprints in it. Science and experience both say something simple. A full identity shift takes more than a month. That's why we are extending. Not the whole list. Not every experiment. Just those 3 to 5 core habits. You did 30 days to reset. Now you will do 60 more days to become. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. Say it. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. Here's the challenge. For the next 60 days, you will keep your chosen core habits. No breaks. No, I finished the program. No, I deserve time off from discipline. Your 3 non-negotiables. Keep them. Your wake time. Keep it. Your schedule blocks. Keep them. You're not still doing the audiobook plan. You're living your life. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. You don't need their permission to do this. You don't have to tell anyone, I'm on a 90-day thing. You don't have to post a countdown. In fact, don't. Stop performing your growth. Start living it. Let people be confused why you keep showing up. Why you keep leaving early to work on your craft. Why you're always a little sharper, a little calmer, a little more consistent. You know why. You're in the 90 days to become. What happens at 90 days? Your brain stops seeing these actions as new. They become familiar, natural, expected. The friction decreases. The arguments in your head quiet down. You feel out of place when you don't follow through, not when you do. That's identity. That's discipline. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. This is not hype. This is installation. Here is your final assignment. Choose your core habits. Pick 3 to 5 actions from this reset you will keep long-term. Write them clearly. I wake up at __. I train for ___ each day. I do ___ minutes of deep work. I read 4___ minutes. Write this above the list. This is just what I do now. This is not a 30-day challenge. This is a 30-day installation. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. Extend your streak calendar for 60 more days. Every day you hit your core habits, mark the X. Protect the streak. Let that visual proof carry you through the dips. When your mind says, we're done now, we proved our point. Answer with, this is not a 30-day challenge. This is a 30-day installation. This is just what I do now. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. You have a choice. You can let this audiobook be a story you tell. I did that discipline thing once, back in that year. Or you can let this be the invisible line in your life. Before the reset, and after the reset. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about discipline. Discipline that lasts when no one is watching, when the hype is gone, when the program is over. Because here is the truth. When this audio stops, your work starts. When the voice goes quiet, your choices get loud. This reset gave you tools. Only you can turn them into a lifestyle. You built the identity. You built the environment. You built the schedule. You learned to face friction, override emotions, move in silence, track your wins, and raise your standards. Now you lock it in. You decide that this is not a phase. This is who you are. 30 days to reset, 90 days to become. This is just what you do now. This is just who you are now. Closing. For the last hour, you have been given a blueprint. You learned that your old discipline was fake, that your identity was stale, that your environment was quietly beating you. You tore down the old story, You buried the old identity, and you accepted one simple truth. Discipline is not a feeling. Discipline is a decision followed by action, repeated until it becomes who you are. You learned to control your environment, so it no longer controls you. You installed the no negotiation rule, so your word finally means something. You built a ruthless 30-day schedule, 3 non-negotiables a day, and you agreed to follow it whether you feel like it or not. You turned friction into a weapon, discomfort into a training signal, and emotions into background noise instead of commands. You stopped performing change and started tracking it. You raised your standards, lowered your drama, and you understood that 30 days is not the finish line, it is the reset button. Now the only question is this: will you listen to this and feel inspired, or will you listen to this and obey it? For the next 30 days, follow the plan. Write down your 3 non-negotiables every morning. Protect your schedule with 0 negotiations. Track every day with brutal honesty. At the end of 30 days, you will not feel more disciplined. You will be more disciplined because you will have lived it. Your life will not change because you heard this. Your life will change because today you decide, no more negotiations, no more fake discipline, no more waiting. The discipline reset starts now. Press stop, write your plan for day 1, and then prove to yourself, not to anyone else, that you can finally do what you said you would do. Thank you for listening to this audiobook all the way to the end. If this video helped you or gave you even one useful idea, don't keep it to yourself. Support the channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new content on self-development and mental toughness. Your support is what tells us, keep going. Thank you for being here.